Did you know that the pet care industry is a billion-dollar industry and it is continuously growing? But are the people who care for your pets growing as well? I'm Dara Forleo, and on the Business of Pet Care, we are going to talk about what really goes on behind the scenes of those grooming tables, those daycare walls, and those social media filters. I'm your host, Dara Forleo, and this show is dedicated to helping pet professionals build smart, sustainable businesses that are rooted in both passion and profit. Today's topic is one every pet care provider struggles with at some point, and that's marketing. You want more clients, but promoting yourself can really feel awkward or like you're shouting into a void with no results. Our guest today knows exactly how to change that. I'd like to welcome Tori Levitt, and she is the owner of Doolittle's Doghouse, a premier pet sitting service in Phoenix. She's also the founder of the Association of Pet Professionals, where she is constantly helping pet sitters build profitable businesses that they love. With all her years of experience and a few lessons from her book, which, Tori, I had no idea. I can't wait to talk about that. The World According to Dog. Tori's wisdom, humor, and real-world tips to this are bringing some great conversations today. So, Tori, welcome, and thank you for being on the Business of Pet Care.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share what you and I think we know about the business of pet care, and certainly everything that I have learned in the last 17 years that I just want to get out there to the audience. So thank you again for having me.
Well, this is great. So, pet care business owners, they really do. I mean, and I'm one too. We all want more clients, right? And marketing it's so overwhelming, especially the social media part of it. With the problems that so many of us are facing right now, and everyone who's going to be listening or watching, they just want to grow their client base. They want to grow their customer base. And it often feels like, oh God, we're always shouting out, and it's like, are they listening? Are they getting it? So what types of marketing have worked best for you? What has worked best for your pet business?
So I have found that my website is my biggest lead generator, in that it is packed with key SEO search terms, compelling, not excessive content, and great graphics. So my website really has acted primarily as my billboard. And in addition to advertising our services and our rates on my website, I'm also able to spotlight the bios of my pet sitter team, and the website acts as a gateway to our pet sitter software that clients can access, wherein we capture all of the relevant client and pet details that we need to know to command complete care and control of their pets. And lastly, my website serves as a reservoir for my blogs. So blogs are a great way to showcase your knowledge and keep your website active and favorable in Google land. And second to that are client and third-party referrals. So I have made it a point to nurture relationships, partnerships with pet groomers, pet grocers, veterinarians, other pet sitters, and non-competing businesses that align with my values and offer services I don't. So that's the typical you scratch my back, I scratch yours scenario because I'm referring business to them and they're referring business to me. And lastly, I think the most important marketing element ever is to crush every client experience. So your clients are so happy with your service that they become a billboard for you.
That is so true. I talk to people all the time and I'm constantly, people do not understand, I think, how important our websites are. They scream everything we are, and it starts there. There's no point in marketing if you don't have that solid understanding and solid nurturing of your website. And I love that you talked about the blog and how important that is, and the SEOs and how important those things are to our businesses, and just being on that search engines.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And a website, once again, is a place to park your stuff. It's where you're parking your testimonials, your blogs, your staff bios, your services, your rates, etc. And it needs to be nurtured. So you can't just put a website out there and hope it's going to do the job for you. It will to a large extent, but you need to nurture it, keep it active, and that's where the blogs come into play.
Active.
I
love it. Yes. Yep. No, you nailed that on the head. It's good. What a great topic to start off with. Thank you. That was amazing.
Thank you.
I think we can wrap this show up now.
Everybody go out there, get a website, and get a bunch of business.
They're good. Start that blog. No, in all seriousness. Okay. So following that, now here's the tough question is, and I struggle with this. I'm going to be totally honest. I totally struggle with this. I am behind. How do you use social media to really build that community? And social media again is one of those platforms that people are looking for. They're looking for us to give them an educational experience on our pages instead of just always heavy selling. So what are you doing that kind of makes it, not that I want you to give all your trade secrets away, but something that just sparks, a little difference. And I know I follow you on LinkedIn, so I know what you're doing.
Thank you, because there are no secrets on social. So social posts should simply reflect your personality and incorporate a blend of pet care tips, pet stories, and great graphics that correspond with the vibe of the post. And then every now and then a promotional post. So you want to bring your personality and your voice to the social media landscape, and recognize too that you need to post at least 2 to 3 times a week. So you need to be consistent, and videos go a long way to stop the scroll. So videos today should represent 70% of your social marketing. It does help stop the scroll, particularly when you realize that the consumer attention span is less than that of a goldfish. You have...
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, it's true.
Oh, you're so right, Tori. That is it. It's like you got 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Yes. If you don't grab them, forget it.
They're going to bounce.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, and when you are creating your posts, that you have 8 seconds to capture consumer attention. So make every post matter. Make it relevant, but be yourself.
Yeah. Keep them short. And, I'm going to kind of go a little bit and off here, but The research I've been doing is try to keep your posts and your writing to 150 words or less.
Again, the consumer attention span is very short. So if your post gets to be too lengthy, they may not get to the end. They're going to bounce and move on to something else. And let's also agree that you need to be present on your social media pages. So make sure you're set up to receive notifications that if you actually get a reply to your post, you need to reply back.
Yeah. Yep, that is so true.
Right?
So I'm gonna ask one more question here and see. So what's some advice? What advice do you give to people who feel uncomfortable about promoting themselves, especially like a solo person?
Well, you have to shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, I'm bragging, you have to think, I'm here to help and I want to share how it is I can help. So when you lead with value, how you solve problems, how you bring comfort to others, that's the message you want to convey. Because let's face it, nobody can hire you if they don't know you exist.
That is so true.
Right?
Yes. Yep, that is so true.
So you're not promoting yourself, you're promoting your services.
Your services. That is so right. So, well, thank you, Tori. For our viewers who want to learn more about your business, your book, or the association, the Association of Pet Professionals, where can they find you?
Okay, so you can find our websites. As a proponent of websites, Doolittle'sDoghouse.com and the Association of Pet Professionals.com. And I have phone numbers right there on my website. I invite a call, contact us forms, however you want to reach out. Please do so because I'm here to help.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. And we are going to take a little break here. So as soon as we come back, we are going to jump right in with some more with Tori.
Thank you, Dara.
And welcome back to the Business of Pet Care. Are you loving this or what? All right. So do not miss a moment of the Business of Pet Care or any of your favorite shows on Now Media TV. And they are live or on demand anytime, anywhere. You can go and download the free Now Media TV app, or you can get it on Roku. You can get it on iOS and enjoy instant access to our full lineup of bilingual programming, for real, in both English and Spanish. All right, so prefer to listen on the go? Catch the podcast versions. They are right there on any of your other podcasts, wherever all your favorite podcasts are hosted. And you can watch on TV as well on www.nowmedia.tv.com for business and breaking news to lifestyle, culture, everything in between. We got you covered. Now Media TV, streaming 24. All right. And we're back with Tori now, founder of Doolittle's Doghouse and the Association of Pet Professionals. In this segment, we are going to be tackling something that hits so many pet pros really hard, and that is burnout. Because we all know you love the animals, you love your clients, but the long hours, the emotional labor, it really gets to wear down on you. So let's take a little bit and talk about that. What do you think, Tori?
Well, I think it's important to recognize when signs of burnout start to present in your life. So those symptoms include fatigue, irritability, lack of motivation, emotional exhaustion, negative thoughts, and even physical ailments such as headaches and muscle tension. So when these symptoms become present in your life, take immediate action. You know, then it's time to pause, assess your workload, and take steps to rest and recharge. So acknowledging these symptoms early can prevent more severe burnout down the road. And it's important to take care of you because you've got a lot of people and their pets to take care of, and you matter just as much.
And that's so true. I mean, you really have to, and it's hard for us to put that aside. And we as business owners and pet care providers, I mean, that's what we do is, and if we're not taking care of ourselves first, how can you take care of anybody else? I mean, isn't that true for anything?
Exactly.
If you can't take care of yourself first, one of the things, and this might be, again, I like throwing in some stuff here, but sometimes burnout also, I think, can come from people who are doing a job that they don't like. And even doing something inside your own business, that does play a little bit of a role in that, because I can say from personal experiences, playing on a role that I didn't like doing, or wearing that hat within the business, that really brings your fatigue down. So what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you. I think if you're feeling stretched too thin, it's okay to consider scaling back, adjusting your service offerings to match your energy level. Maybe you don't make as many pet sitting slots available, and or make sure you take a day or two off during the week, during the weekends, again, so that you don't reach a point of, I don't like what I'm doing anymore.
And that's, yeah. And that is true. But there are some things in our businesses that we have to do that we don't like doing. I think, and in a perfect world, we'd hire somebody else to do those jobs, right? Because that's a good way to not have the burnout too, is hire somebody to do the things you don't like.
No, but you can hire staff to help with the overload. You can outsource certain tasks. I think automation is key to keeping a business running, so you're not running yourself into the ground. So having a software system to manage reservations, client and pet details, invoicing, client communication is worth a small investment for your peace of mind and to grab more time for self-care. And again, those admin tasks that really aren't nearly as much fun as the interaction with people and their pets. And that's another way to stay in the game with enthusiasm and a high energy level. So not one person should be expected to do all of that.
Yes. Solopreneurs, you guys have it tough, because as a solopreneur, you really are. But again, there's so many ways to automate things nowadays, and having those systems put into place, and just utilizing everything that's out there now. And there's a lot of things you can do that aren't really overly expensive.
Agreed.
Yeah. Agreed. So, talking about that and bringing on systems. So what boundaries have helped you protect your energy? Because you, like me, we are all over the place. We are constantly got our hands in everything in our businesses. So how do you protect yourself?
So I definitely take weekends off. That is an absolute. And I make sure that my clients know in advance that their texts, their emails, and their phone calls will not be monitored on Saturdays and Sundays. My staff knows that I'm always available to them, but also respect that I need downtime as well. And while the majority of our clients at Doolittle's Doghouse are absolute love bugs, if I encounter a client whose expectations are unrealistic or beyond our capabilities, then I will politely decline the business.
Mm.
So I would rather decline the business than spend an inordinate amount of time making an unhappy person happy.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to say no to
Yeah.
help minimize the burnout and get rid of any unnecessary guilt about maintaining your personal boundaries
Yeah.
because they're necessary.
Yeah, no, it is right. It's easier said than done. I know there's going to be people who are going to be like, "Oh, sure, it's so easy to just step and walk away." But it does. It takes time and it takes a commitment to yourself to be able to do that as a business owner, really, to take that commitment and make yourself do it. Um it's part of the game.
So I think keeping things in perspective, I do have an outgoing message on our business landline that does let everyone know that we're sorry we missed you. Leave a detailed message. Can't wait to chat about you and your pets and your needs. If you've reached this recording after hours or on the weekend, please allow us to return your call the next business day. However, if you have a 411 emergency, then you can call Tori, and I give my cell phone out.
Okay.
For those clients that perhaps they've been left in the lurch, they had pets sitting lined up and suddenly that individual isn't available, or the family member, the friend, the neighbor bailed, and they're in a critical position where they need pet care right away. Of course, I'm going to stay open to that. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
411.
The fur. If you have a 411 emergency, okay, I'll take your call on Saturday.
I am going to start and say, groomers, all you pet groomers out there, you are the ones who should be saying, if you have a 411, you call me. You should trademark that. You should trademark that. Just saying. So, Mervyn, how do you build a business that supports this? I mean, that supports your lifestyle. How did you do this and not allow the business to run the life?
Well, I think one, you have to be crystal clear about what you want your life to look like. That includes your time, your energy, your non-negotiables, and your talents. Then design your business around those priorities, not in spite of them. And that does mean setting firm boundaries. It means automating or outsourcing certain tasks. It also means choosing a price model that matches your values and your need for balance. So, we've talked about the fact that if your business is constantly draining you, that's not sustainable. So build with intention so your business fuels your life and not consumes it. Yeah. Personally, I'm high on life. I love spending time with people and pets, especially dogs. And I also recognize at this stage in my life, relationships and my time are my greatest assets. So I'm going to zealously guard and nourish both. Yeah. So you don't get in this game if you don't like people or
pets.
Or pets, right?
And especially, I think again, another nails on the head right there is people get into this industry, in the pet care industry, and think I don't have to work or deal with people. And instead, it is the exact opposite. We are more inundated with not just the pet, but the owners as well, because we shoulder so much of that person and their relationships with their animals.
Absolutely.
It's a huge task to take on. And it rolls right into everything we've really talked about. And it's really hard for people to not feel guilty about stepping away and leaving. So how do you It's tough to do that and take that time, take that break, and go with the flow, right?
Absolutely.
So, well, Tori, thank you again so much for, your honest insights. It is
Thank you.
so nice. And for anyone out there who wants to connect with this network, especially Tori's association, you can learn more, and we're going to show you where should they go again. Tell it one more time, Tori.
Our website, the Association of Pet Professionals.com. We also have an 800 number if you want to call to chat, 866-411. That's the 411-2677. So yeah, I'm looking forward to helping anybody and everybody who's out there in the pet care space just achieve new heights and always find the fun in it.
We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. This is the Business of Pet Care. And welcome back to the Business of Pet Care. Are you loving this or what? All right, so do not miss a moment of the Business of Pet Care or any of your favorite shows on Now Media TV. And they are live or on demand anytime, anywhere. You can go and download the free Now Media TV app, or you can get it on Roku. You can get it on iOS and enjoy instant access to our full lineup of bilingual programming, for real, in both English and Spanish. All right, so prefer to listen on the go? Catch the podcast versions. They are right there on any of your other podcasts, wherever all your favorite podcasts are hosted. And you can watch on TV as well on www.nowmedia.tv.com for business and breaking news to lifestyle, culture, everything in between. We got you covered. Now Media TV, streaming 24/7, ready whenever you are. All right, welcome back. You're still with us. And guess what? Tori Levitt is still with us, and she is a true trailblazer in the pet care industry. She has not just grown a successful pet sitting company, she has helped so many others do the same across the country. So in this segment, we are going to be talking about scaling, because let's face it, any pet pro who wants to grow, but they don't know how to do it without sacrificing quality time and their sanity, you need to be listening to this. So Tori, the problem so many people are facing with this, and in our audience, is that they really do want to grow their business. And that's really hard to do because a lot of them may not know how to duplicate what they're already doing so well. So what was your first step when you decided to expand and grow this pet care company from, let's just say, pet sitting and dog walking, or was it pet sitting and then now you're this huge association?
So in 2008, I started boarding dogs in my home. I was a mortgage loan officer, and everybody remembers the big crash of '08.
Yeah.
And a friend had asked me to watch her two dogs, which you do for friends for free. And I had her two dogs, my two dogs, 4 dogs running around. I thought, this is fun. I should charge for this. Before I knew it, I had 10 dogs per day, cage-free, home-style boarding for the first couple of years. And then I realized clearly clients were looking for this unique boutique alternative to pet resorts, kennels, and cages, and that I needed to expand and find other raving dog fans like me in order to reclaim the headboard. I had 10 dogs every day, and at least 6 of them were sleeping with me. I needed to reclaim my headboard and my sanity. So I went
about trying to keep things together. I mean, I like it. I had to reclaim my headboard.
Oh, and my sanity. And wow, it was the best on-the-job training. It was such a hoot and a holler. I learned so much from the dogs, which, by the way, was the impetus for the book that I wrote in 2019. I
can't
learned
wait to go get it.
I learned so much from the dogs. Absolutely. So then I crafted a playbook for the pet sitters that I wanted to hire. This included a standards operational manual, a variety of forms, etc. And again,
I'm going to go back. Just you said you created a playbook for this.
yes,
That is so one of those things that is not done properly.
Well,
Excellent.
if you're going to scale, you have to put a leash on your systems before hiring. You have to express to those that are going to reflect your brand your expectations, what protocols, philosophies, and policies and procedures are in play. And with that, too, my interview experiences with each and every hire are extensive. In addition to background checks, reference checks, etc., we're having a meaningful tete-a-tete that could last an hour and a half to 2 hours. Because if I'm going to bring you on my team, I want to get to know you very, very well. And I also recognize that the pet sitters on Team Doolittles are the backbone of my company. So I'm treating them like gold. They are in turn treating our clients and their pets like gold. And it's therefore a win-win across the board. So when it comes to scaling, you definitely need to have a system in place.
Yeah.
You need to have scheduling tools in place, etc.
Systems, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's critical, and that's something that I employed early on, and it's carried through over the past 17 years.
That's amazing. So coming to that, what are some common scaling mistakes?
So I think a big mistake is growing too quickly without having the right systems in place. And a second pitfall is hiring based on availability rather than alignment. So pet sitters may hit capacity and think, I'll just hire help. However, just because someone loves animals doesn't mean they're reliable, detail-oriented, or customer forward. So it's vital to bring on team members who share your values and understand the responsibility that comes with caring for people's pets and their homes.
Yeah.
So that's critical.
It is. That work culture. I mean, I can say I've made the mistake. I scaled too quickly and wasn't prepared for it. And it's there's no going back. Once you do it wrong the first time, and it's funny going through having been through business school and all the business classes I have taken, nothing prepares you for the real world business.
I agree with you.
Nothing I learned in business school. It's like, really? None of this prepared me for what I'm dealing with right now. And, I have sought out, and I'm sure you've made the mistakes as well.
Of course.
We all make the mistakes. Have you ever had any business coaches, any business mentors? Like or did you just figure this out yourself?
I'd like to say that a lot of it was, quite frankly, just God's plan for me, the way I stumbled into this pet care business when I was a mortgage loan officer, fat, dumb, and happy. And I was prepared to continue to eke out an existence in mortgage banking, despite the fact that the 2008 crash represented a major departure from anything I knew. And I just leaned into it. I stayed present. I have great people on my team, and together we're definitely excelling in the interest of pampered pet and house care. I'll tell you, I did have to give up some control. I am less of a control freak today than I was then. So it is really important to shift your mindset when you start scaling. You can't continue to do everything, walking every dog, and then the bookkeeping and client relations, et cetera, so on, because that will lead to burnout.
Yeah.
So delegating and trusting others is scary, but it's necessary if you want to grow sustainably. And you have to recognize, trust your hires, trust yourself, and let them bring their talent to the table under the umbrella of your playbook and what you've created there. And don't freak out because they're not going to do everything the same way you would.
They are not going to do everything the same way. However, they can be coached to do it similar. And that's why a good playbook is good to have, because your voice needs to come from them as well. And I love that you talked about your values. We can go back to that earlier, like we were talking about, but having your values and your mission and your statement set up as to who and what the company is huge. And you gotta look at them. I think a mistake that I see commonly happen when I'm coaching and mentoring with other groomers in their grooming shops is they forget that those things need to be updated quite regular. You got to sit back and look at it, because every year things change and you have to adjust and adapt the business to continue to grow. Because if you're just thinking, oh, well, I'm going to do that in 5 years, 5 years is going to come and you're not going to be prepared for it.
Right.
So you need to kind of start setting that up and setting that stage right now so that you have all of that ready for when you're ready to do this big what's next. So I'm going to ask you kind of a personal question. So when you're working in your business and you're working on it, what are you picturing next year, 5 years, 10 years, or are you looking at, okay, what's happening right now?
That's a great question, because you talk about when you were in business school and you didn't really feel that you learned anything in the college that you have learned in your various businesses today. And if I look back at what I was taught in the business college, and that was to have a 1 year, 5 year, 7 year, 10-year plan, maybe even 15. We all want to shoot for retirement at some point. And I don't subscribe to that. Okay. I am really enjoying sustained growth. And I so love what I do that I'm not necessarily thinking 5, 7, 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
No, okay. I am always thinking about expanding. So I went from, and I still manage Doolittle's Doghouse, but then also added the Association of Pet Professionals so that I could expand my service offer, everything I've learned in the interest of assisting other pet sitters to help them level up, achieve new heights, and share part of my growth journey, if you will. So that is part of future development, if you will, that I am currently working on. And that wasn't something that I was thinking about 3 years ago.
Right. That's so true. Well, Tori, thank you. That is amazing perspectives, really. It is so awesome. And again, if someone out there is thinking, if someone out there is thinking about expanding and wants to learn more about you and your business, and because I know you have these classes and these courses going on inside the organization, tell us again what that website is.
Okay, Association of Pet Professionals.com. And I know that's a mouthful. Association of Pet Professionals.com. You can join for free to gain access to the video library. And there are some great videos there to get you started with a little more education, just get you thinking in a few different areas. Then if you choose to join as a member, it's only $10 a month or $120 a year. And then you gain access to what's behind the veil, which includes a myriad of online training courses. And we have curated discounts on those courses for our members.
Ooh,
there
excellent.
are client contracts, pet management guides. It's packed with value. There's a lot of stuff.
Excellent. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. This is the Business of Pet Care. Welcome back to the Business of Pet Care. I hope you are loving what you're watching or listening to. Please do not miss a moment of the Business of Pet Care or any of your Now Media TV shows, live or on demand, anytime, anywhere. Download the free Now Media TV app on Roku or iOS and enjoy instant access to our full lineup of bilingual programming in English and in Spanish. And just in case you want to listen on the go, catch the podcast versions of the shows right on Now Media TV website at www.nowmedia.tv. For business and break news, lifestyle, culture, and everything in between, we have you covered. And we are now streaming 24/7, ready whenever you are. So, and we're back. I am Dara Forleo, and this is the Business of Pet Care, where the conversation continues. Welcome back to our final segment of the Business of Pet Care. We have covered burnout, marketing, scaling, but what about the client side? Specifically, those clients who mean, they are really taking too much of your time, too much of your energy. You know, the ones, the over-texters, right? The ones with unrealistic expectations, or those clients who just can't let go. Tori Levitt is here to help us wrap up this segment with these tricky waters by giving us some professionalism and graceful tips.
Well, I think it's important to recognize that every client deserves understanding patience and kit glove treatment. They are your ticket to paying your bills. So expect some anxiousness, especially if you are new to them. You want clients that are uber dedicated to their pets so you can excel as the ultimate pampered pet care provider. So listen to their concerns, reassure them with your experience, and set expectations early, preferably before Fluffy steps through your door. Mm-hmm. And remember that the client's anxiety is usually about their pets, not you. So stay calm and stay kind.
Yeah. So, setting that expectation, right? And you said before they even walk through your door, where are they going to find that and know exactly who and what you are? And that goes back to your website. Having that website, that is your golden ticket for being able to create and carve out the perfect customer persona for you. They're going to find you and they're going to relate and they're going to resonate with that website. You're not just a pet sitter. You're not just a dog groomer. You're not just a vet tech. You are part of a bigger picture, and you got to teach your owners that.
And absolutely. In fact, you are a partner in the client's life, creating a family environment with their furry children in the middle.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at that relationship as familial, and you are there to help educate them, help deepen their human-animal bond through your experience, your savvy pet sitter care, it's a complete win-win. And I love the fact that we are super chummy with our clients. It doesn't mean that you're going golfing with them and you're
Right.
inviting them to your parties, but it comes pretty darn close to that if you're doing it right and sharing commonality with your clients and providing a great service that they value.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how do you educate them?
I think it's important to share your experience in a way that isn't condescending or critical. So the tone that you take is really important. So rather than saying, oh, you're doing that wrong, you might say instead, based on my experiences with other people's pets, here's what I have found. So again, the tone and the spirit of your suggestions vis-a-vis education, if you observe something that you feel can be improved regarding how they're caring for their pets, clients will respect that. They will be thankful. They do want the best for their pets and they want to do the best they can. So again, you need to adopt that concept that, hey, we're in this together. I'm here to help you on so many levels, not just walking Fido or checking in on kitty cat, and whatever services you offer, it's that and more. Always take the high road.
Yeah.
Go above and beyond. If you can't
Yeah.
do big things, do little things in a big way. So
Right.
go the extra mile because it's less crowded.
Yeah, I was gonna. That's gonna go right into my next question: is can great customer service exist without sacrificing your boundaries? I mean,
Absolutely.
what does that look like? Because that's, I think that's a question everyone's going to be sitting here going, how do you do that? Especially having that clear boundary. I'm off on weekends, you know?
Right? I think great customer service doesn't mean saying yes to everything. It means delivering care with clarity, kindness, and confidence. So boundaries are part of the service. Boundaries protect the client, their pets, and the pet sitter. So when you respect your limits, you're more reliable, you're more present, and quite frankly, you're more sane. So it's not selfish, it's sustainable.
Yeah.
It can work. You can make it work, I promise.
You can make it work. You just have to focus on it, set your playbook,
Right?
get your team in order, um, and and coach and train those pet owners. Again, go back to your website, look at those. I can't say it enough. That first segment is so much needed in our industry. Pet industry professionals need to level themselves up when it comes to their logos, to their professionalism, to their website. We got to be better about that, I think.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. And um, if you can't meet a client's excessive expectations, don't be afraid to say no, yet do so with a smile. So when you talk about partnering with clients, you may encounter someone that you're just out of alignment with them. But make sure that when you're saying no, that you do it with a smile and leave on a positive note.
Yeah.
So if I'm not jonesing with a client, we recognize mutually that we're not the best fit for each other, I will say, thank you for this opportunity to explore our options together. Enjoy each day in good health and happiness. So leave on a positive note,
Leave on a
stay true
positive
to
note.
you,
Yep.
and stay faithful
Yeah. That is
to who you are.
amazing. Yes, absolutely. Tori, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. And again, I really hope that there are some listeners out there that are going, I want to work with her
Oh, I
and
hope you do.
sign me up. So let's do a shout out for you, Tori, and we're going to say you've got some education, you've got some training, you have a organization, the American Pet. Oh, say, go one more time. I'll let you do your whole.
My pitch. Association of Pet Professionals.com.
There it is.
Yes. And
There it is.
Call us, contact us, submit the form
Join
from
for
the
free.
website.
That's all they need to do. Get your
Just
foot in the
reach
door. Join free.
Absolutely. Reach out. We're here to help. We're here to
Yep.
help. Absolutely. It's a great world.
It is, and we're all in this to help each other.
Without question.
As
We're stronger together. Come on.
We're stronger together, and it's better for the industry. So,
Agreed.
well, thank you again, Tori. It was
Thank you,
wonderful
darling.
having you on.
Thank you.
And I am sure you and I are going to meet up somewhere else.
Absolutely. I always look forward to it. God bless.
We do see each other a lot, don't we? All right. Whew. Well, thank to everyone out there. Oh boy, this was a lot, from marketing to mindset, burnout, boundaries. You have helped the audience see the pet care can be professional, profitable, and healthy, which is what we want to do. You guys, you became a pet pro because you love the animals. And that doesn't mean you have to be burnt out to do everything alone. You don't have to say yes to everyone who drains you. So with the right tools, the right community, you can build a business that gives just as much care back to you and to the pets that you serve. I'm Dara Forleo, and this is the Business of Pet Care. I look forward to seeing you next time.